So I know I usually don't cover movie news, but this one kind of piqued my interest within the nerdy community, and this would be the recent reveal that Julia Garner is set to be playing the Silver Surfer within the MCU's Fantastic Four movie. Now, if you don't know, to catch you up to speed, Julia Garner, well, she was in Ozark with Jason Bateman for a total of 4 seasons, inventing Anna and the movie Grandma. Now, I'm not going to go over her full film history or what the medias were like, but simply discuss why I don't mind her playing the Silver Surfer within the Fantastic Four movie. Now, the role of this character and how they'll be placed in this universe can be flexible for a couple of reasons that I'll name off. But first, just in case you don't know, I've been seeing a lot of people think this is just a gender swap, and that's just really not the case here. So let me explain. See, typically the Silver Surfer is a male character named Norrin Radd, the Herald of Galactus. He was traditionally tasked with aiding Galactus to newer worlds so that he could consume them as a way of surviving. He'd sit there and eat the planets, essentially. The character of Norrin Radd, though, he made that ultimate sacrifice when Galactus had came to his home world. In exchange for its survival, he became his herald, and delving into the ideas about sacrifices and one's free will within the books. On the other hand, Julia Garner's Silver Surfer, shalla-bal, backstory, though, was that she was the lover of Norrin Radd in the comics, and when Galactus had been destroyed within the comics, Norrin came to realize that the balance that he had brought within the universe through his consumption was a pillar. So, some weird comic book stuff later, Mr. Fantastic's son, Franklin Richard, had become Galactus, essentially, and reunited Norrin Radd with Shala back together, granting her the same abilities and powers of the Silver Surfer.
Cosmic.
Now, with that being said, we know this movie isn't taking place within the same 616, quote-unquote, universe of the MCU, which, note to self, that's not even the main MCU's designated number. It's 199999. Thanks, Aman Vellani, for fighting for that, But yes, if you don't know, though, this movie will be taking place outside of the main MCU universe and timeline, giving us that 60s or 70s feel, which is perfect and differential from the mainline universe. See, the Fantastic Four is no stranger to doing things on the cosmic side, whether that be in their own universe, multiverse, time, or even the negative zone, which, if you know, you know, if you don't, you don't. Rest in paradise. And they've had many different versions of characters on their team or members, being Spider-Man, She-Hulk, Black Panther, Ant-Man, even Storm, and the list could go on and on further down the road. Hell, even Mr. Fantastic's son is a mutant, which is still one of those crazy things for me, even in the world of comics. So they could really connect to X-Men in that way if they really want to take that route, Think back to Multiverse of Madness when he said he had a kid, before he got popped like a balloon. But this is ultimately going to give us a fresher take on the team as a whole and swing for something way different from previous films. And I know some people may be skeptical of that, but it works. So why Shala works for me is because it allows for something different, because we've already gotten the Norrin Radd version of the Silver Surfer from 2007's Rise of the Silver Surfer movie. And knowing her character's backstory and relationship with the Surfer, this could very much still allow us to get him in the mainline universe, whether she shares the screen in that movie with him, or we get another version in the regular universe for the MCU. It's not gender swapping, it's taking advantage that this is another universe, and clearly things will be different. Hell, this could even and most likely will tie up with the upcoming Secret Wars movie and the dealings of the incursions and possibly Battleworld, bringing us bigger and badder villains and cosmic entities such as the Beyonder, Galactus, and even Doom, because that really does seem like it's the next logical step in everything. And by I mean everything, I mean all the stuff that happened after Jonathan Majors, because we gotta remember that the MCU is looking for its next big bad, and since they threw all their coins in the hat for Kang, and that kind of fell through, which for spoilers on Loki Season 2 right now, they basically wrapped up that whole area and dropped the line where the TVA is just going to watch out for evil Kangs and prune them off the timeline. Because if ants can do it, so can they. Just throwing this in there as a later addition, some news dropped today that Justin Kroll, a senior reporter for Deadline, also reported that Galactus will be the main villain for the movie. And yes, this is a rumor, but it would honestly make sense for the trajectory, of where they're going, especially with the saga being multiversal and all. And along with the rumors that Javier Bardem could be playing the man himself, Galactus. But again, who knows? You know, these are only speculations and rumors at the end of the day, and I just thought I'd throw that in there because Deadline is kind of a credible source from time to time. Tangents aside, though, I really don't mind her being casted within this movie because I watched all 4 seasons of Ozark and I really loved her character Ruth, and it was super sad about how that show ended and all. No spoilers, so I'll leave off with saying this. I know it's a popular thing to hate on every single aspect of the MCU that gets revealed as of recently, their quality, and yes, I can admit they've dropped the ball a couple times for certain things. But I'm not going to be quick to dismiss the movie just because they casted another version of this character, when in reality, you know, the other characters still could show up. Shit, the movie hasn't even hit production yet, so, you know, we only know this part of the cast so far, in the universe and everything, so with that being said, this is kind of my brief take and feeling about the casting decision and what it could mean for the movie. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Oh my God! Come on! We just said this is serious!
Oh, yes.